Hello, soul friends. We hope you're doing well. We wanted to bring you a mini episode that we recorded about meditation. And in particularly, we were talking about how it can be challenging to meditate and to find stillness in your body and your mind. So join us.
I've been thinking about this a lot actually this week because I had something come up in my life that kind of rocked me a bit. And I still sat for meditation, but the meditations weren't still. My mind was like everywhere. And I think we as a society, we tend to judge all of these things as good and bad, but these practices that we use are practices for a reason. They're going to be different each time we sit for them based on what's going on in our bodies and our minds. And I think it's a really important part for our listeners that are starting to meditate or starting to bring in some of these practices in their own life, that it's not always going to be restful awareness, Om Shivaya. But the magic is happening behind the scenes. So each time you sit, each time you take that walk in the forest, each time you intentionally create the time for self-care, those practices are actually working to bring you out of that fight or flight response when you're on the other side. And so I had that same experience. I had a couple of days of we'll call them shit-ass meditations, but we're not judging it. And then all of a sudden, I could feel my physiology coming down. And all of a sudden, I was back into that place of restful awareness.
I love that. Can I just say thank you so much? Because when I do meditation work, I have a lot of people that they're not able to understand the power of meditation because they're probably in
survival stress.
I'm in this mess and now you want me to sit in Om? They're like, what? It doesn't, what do you mean? You want me to sit for 20 minutes and it's not going to work. Dana, you make such a good point of just the practice, because it's just about honoring your nervous system, honoring yourself, honoring your soul in that moment. For listeners that just find it difficult to get quiet and still, maybe we can offer them a little tip on how to start that practice.
Having taught yoga for 23 years now, I'm really resistant to practices that are attached to a for lack of a better description, calm state of mind, because that judges the way our psyche operates. And meditation is not about attaining calm, because calm is a one-sided state. So I view meditation now as an opportunity to create the spaciousness in my system to normalize the entire experience going on inside of my system, to normalize it and make it beautiful. So that includes everything, including shadow emotions, including unprocessed emotions, unprocessed energy, unprocessed experiences. Anything unprocessed is asking to be processed through my system and normalized and witnessed and loved. So that includes everything.
I love that.
So this whole white light bullshit, it's time to call it bullshit, because it doesn't serve. Yes. And it's actually made mental health problems in the yoga industry. And because I'm part of the yoga industry, I completely own that my industry is one-sided and fucked. It used to be. And it's getting better. And I'm part of of owning that we need to make it better for humanity's experience, because otherwise we create splitting of psyches. Splitting of psyches creates mental unwellness.
We're trying to embrace, equilibrium and balance. And so the more we further, the divisiveness doesn't serve. Doesn't serve the self, and it doesn't serve society.
When I'm on my forest guided experience, we talk about quiet wandering out and really noticing nature. And one of the things I always talk to participants about is that our mind will wander, because that's what our minds do. Our thoughts will come in. That's just normal. So it's like in meditation, your mind may wander.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, it will. And when it does, it's the opportunity to return to your body. For me, it's about a sensory experience. It's about bringing it to a sense, remembering to just look down, look up, smell, listen. So to think that we just have to, go into a quiet space is really hard for people. And I hear you. I hear that point.
It's a disservice because it limits the whole experience that people are having. And if we limit their experience, then they're feeling like they have to try and attain something that's not possible.
It builds expectations too, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
builds
yeah, yeah.
expectations
Exactly.
in the participant's mind that this is what it's supposed to be. And as soon as we go in with an expectation, it's inevitably going to fall short.
Well, that's true because the people that need it the most are already feeling like they're overwhelmed with the expectations of life. So if they
Or
fail
failing. Yeah.
at
Yeah.
this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
if I fail at achieving stillness, then I'm going to feel shit ass
Fucked.
more than I started.
That's right.
Yeah, totally.
Right. So it's
I
a
can't
really
even achieve
important
stillness.
conversation.
Totally. Fuck. I can't
Like,
sit.
I suck at
What the
all
fuck?
the things. Like I'm a big suck at all of like everything. I can't even sit still, for crying out loud. So, it's the invitation is not to achieve.
Nope.
No.
That's
And meditation and stillness is nothing about achievement. It's the exact opposite.
I know.
It's like our opportunity to not achieve, to
Oh my God,
not do,
totally.
to not.
Oh, I like that. It's our opportunity to not achieve. Make that a t-shirt.
Oh, yes. Less doing and more
Being.
what? More being.
Being.
More being. So, friends, with that, we wish you some peace and quiet. We hope you can find ways to just to be in your body, in your heart, and to care for yourself. This episode comes to you with so much love. Thank you for being with us. We wish you well.